Hello, and thanks for joining us, 2K sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. To the inside, Scalabrine. That one, no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Rajon Rondo is out there with Allen. Then it's Pierce. And it's Garnett. And it's Scalabrine at the 5. Rondo with the ball. It's a hand on it. Bosh grabs the miss.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And the jam by Udonis Haslem.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
From deep, LeBron drains it from beyond the arc. James has got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Allen inside the three-point line. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. And it's Scalabrine with the rebound.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live it.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that. Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Here's Wade. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Wade. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Ray Allen gets the whistle. That's it. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Allen outside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Udonis Haslem. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That's good from Ray Allen. And so he hits both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And here's Chalmers for 3. Here's Haslem. And Boston with the rebound. Offside Rondo. The putback, Allen. And it's D. Wade with the rebound. On defense, the Celtics. Tries it from 19. And Allen with the block. And he gets it back. From deep, James. They grab their own miss. Here's Bosh. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Nobody near Allen. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And that's now 7 points for Allen. And here's Miami. Trailing by 2 near the 3-point line. It's Wade now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Boy, I love to see D. Wade shoot the ball.
Allen, that's good. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's James. Oh.
It's almost as if he's allergic to layups. I mean, this guy has got to throw it down at every opportunity.
You know his teammates love seeing him explode to the rim like that.
They most certainly do, guys. That gets everybody up off the bench, too.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And Boston has possession after the Heat pickup, too. Allen, that's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
LeBron drives in. Goes back up. Haslam, that's good. Haslam's got 6.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Great open look there.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And right off the bat, Greg, it looks like that A game is exactly what he brought.
Allen for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Ray Allen.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat him.
And a new group in for the Heat. Shane Battier is checked in for Haslam. Miller comes in for LeBron. Allen's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
The Heat trail by 4. And stolen by Perkins. And there's the call on Bosch. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another.
Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Chris Bosch. Stolen away. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And Allen with the block. It's Allen on the wing. He's got 15. Good on the triple. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Allen gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Allen's got his first points of the game.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And slam dunk by Allen.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch, that's painful.
You have to like what we're seeing from Ray Allen.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
The Heat trail by 11. Here's Cole. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Boston. Allen right side. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Haslam. And the jam by Udonis Haslam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Allen's shot is off. Ray Allen is on the wing. Back to Cole. Good if it goes. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And, guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Boston, we've got Pierce, Leon Poe out there with Garnett. Then it's Cassell, and it's Allen in at the 2-guard spot. The Heat trail by 11. Allen with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Got that one up quick. Allen's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Miami. Allen kicks to Pierce. Back to Allen. The jump hook and the bank shot is good. Allen's got the lead up to 11 now for the Celtics.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
A different look for Miami. James checked in for Battier. And it's Chalmers in for Cole. And then for Boston, Scalabrine's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cassell. And here are the Heat now. LeBron left side. And the dunk by James.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Boston again missing.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Wade, he's checked in for Miami.
First team foul is Dwayne Wade.
The kick out to Bosh for the three. Tries again. From deep, James. Again, James missing. Boston leading by 9. And here we go with Allen running it up the court, and it's blocked. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Pierce wide open. He fires. Pierce with another miss.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
But better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw lines tonight.
LeBron James.
The first free throw is good.
Checking out the game LeBron is having. He has 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Rondo is doubled. Here's Garnett. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Pass to LeBron. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Here's Pierce. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists now in this one. And the Heat call time here.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Now here's Bosh. Chalmers' shot is no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Allen. No good on that one. And Miami the other way now. Miller kicks to LeBron. Back to Miller. And the foul on Paul Pierce. That is his first foul of the game. Celtics on D. Cuts off the pass. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Pierce is running.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
The three from Chalmers. And it's Scalabrine with the rebound. Celtics leading by 13. And it's Rondo penetrating. He makes that one drop only a second, 5 tries.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. Too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Pierce, good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes. Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost them.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Mike Miller. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for the Celtics. Allen comes in for Tony Allen. Allen's shot is off.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
The three from LeBron. Good on the three-point shot. James has got 12.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here's Rondo. Here's Scalabrine. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Bosh. A different look for Miami. Pattier comes in for Chris Bosh. And Cole subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Leon Pose checked in for the Celtics. Cassell comes in for Rajon Rondo. For Miami, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Shooting for Miami.
And the first one at the line is good.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. From deep, Cassell gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 17.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
Man showing some terrific range. 21 points for Ray Allen.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know, stops have not been easy to come by for them. To me, it looks as though they've been lost defensively.
Fires the three. The pass to Cassell. Second chance shot. And it's Haslam with the rebound.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Scalabrini dishes to Perkins.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
And Haslam kicks to James. And here we go. Here's Cassell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Cassell's got 5.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Inside, here's Poe, and he converts the layup.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Three-pointer, Wade. Poe grabs the miss.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Washington, the always dangerous Wall and Beal of the backcourt. Porter and Morris, the duo at forward, and it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Terrific all-around effort from the defense. They were not going to let him finish over them.
Well, for Bradley Beal, he's just an incredible three-point shooter, and Doris always has been since he came into the league out of Florida after growing up in the St. Louis area.
Well, think about this, Kevin. Beal has never averaged less than 4 three-point attempts a game in his career. This is one of the most consistent three-point threats in the NBA, and his shot is effortless. With how well this guy shoots, you almost wish he could shoot more often and see how far he can take his game.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
A three-pointer, no good. The Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Curry has it in the corner. Fires the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Here's Wall. Here's Gortat, and he banks in the layup.
Gortat is a space eater, and you've got to put a body on, or he's going to burn you with putbacks like he did there.
It's Curry outside. Another three for Golden State.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
You know, that is a tough matchup for him. The size difference is drastic, but he was able to get enough air under it to get the three to fall.
Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Wall. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Well, that's a big-time finisher around the rim. Wall makes it look easy.
Here's Curry with the three. Again, Curry missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That is such a tough matchup for smaller defenders out there. He can simply shoot right over them.
He drains the quick shot. Curry's got 8 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Slashing into the lane, the speed and the grace of John Wall.
But Julia, no luck. The Wizards with the lead. Wall passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And this Warriors team so dominant on so many levels. But for me, what energizes them is that fluidity and that unselfishness of their offense. I mean, it's so much fun to play that way, and that joy feeds into every aspect of the game.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And the Warriors with such terrific decision-making and ball movement. It's hard to beat them playing old-school isolation offense.
And modern NBA defenses make it hard to score that way. Meanwhile, the Warriors are able to create open looks time and time again with their skill level and constant motion.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. And a switcher also for Washington. Nicholson's checked in. Curry with it. He's picked up by Wall. And that's good. Steph Curry for three. He's got 11.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And another miss by Washington. Warriors trail by 3. Here's Durant. Nicholson grabs the board.
He needs to complete that opportunity. Really shocking he botched that one.
For the finish, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Now we come to expect John Wall will make the right play, creates yet another open look.
The top of the key jumper is on the mark. And it's 13 points for Steph Curry.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Sometimes even the simplest things are ruined, but they've got to be frustrated with that turnover.
Some changes for Golden State. West comes in for Kevin Durant. And Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. Burke, he's checked in for Washington.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
The leaner inside. And Washington again with the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
It's Curry with the drive. That one goes. Count it.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
No, I mean, exactly. That's not an easy area for him to operate in with that kind of defensive setup. A nice job to get it up and over the bigger guy.
Miami's checked in for Washington. Oubre comes in for Porter. Warriors trail by 3. It's Curry outside. Rebound by Mahimi. Washington's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Nicholson, guarded by Green. Mahimi's shot is good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Curry kicks to Clark, pulls up on the wing. Oubre pulls it in. Wizards leading by 5. To the paint, and Mahimi with the stuff.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Boy, working as hard as he can on the offensive end, and he's willing points for this team.
Here's Beal. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last.
That's a horrific turnover. There's just no excuse to throw the ball away like that.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Curry. And a switcher also for Washington. Smith checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Here's Livingston. Rebound, Washington.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Well, the issue, I think, is you'd like to work towards something better. Just because it's there doesn't mean you should take it.
And he gets it to go from the high post. 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Beal gets a wide open look. Here's Mahimi. And he hits the buzzer.
There without a second to spare.
And John Wall spoke prior to the...
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that...
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here in how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
You know, this lead built partially on extra possessions, and if you control the glass the way they have, you hold a crucial advantage.
West out there with Iguodala. Then there's Pachulia. And there's Livingston. And it's Clark in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Andre Iguodala has continued to display his versatility throughout his career. He was a former All-Star and, of course, the Finals MVP in 2015 and the leader of the Warriors' elite bench unit. He said, "I really try to lead by example. When the first unit's playing well, we try to maintain. When they aren't connecting quite like they should be, it's our job to come in and fix that." Kevin, he's always been one of the team leaders in plus-minus.
Coach on the floor, D.A. Thanks.
Yeah, the defense not closing out in time. He's too quick and too good to miss many of those.
And for the Wizards, health has been a problem. Last season, the third most games missed doors to injury in the league.
And Kevin, think about this. A player like John Wall, who managed to stay on the floor, he was hampered by injury. And they say the best ability is availability. Like any team, the Wizards need to be close to full strength to really be successful.
Warriors trail by 3. And Durant, here we go. It's rebounded by John Wall. Outside, Beal, the 19-foot shot. Offensive rebound, Wall, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, veteran move right there. John Wall gets him off his feet with the up fake. Pretty.
The Wizards have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
We all know John Wall has been the subject of media scrutiny during his tenure in D.C. and so much expected out of him that when the team comes up short, obviously the blame falls on him. He is the leader, but sometimes it feels as if he's the only player to get blamed.
Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Markieff Morris.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw, no good. That one drops. He ties it up. Well, with Wall and the media, Wall himself said that he'll make sure to read every critical piece about him. The thinking is that Dorsey can't just read articles when you're playing well. He'll use any criticism as motivation.
And isn't that, Kevin, exactly what the great players do? They find motivation wherever they can. And I think you have to give credit to John Wall for not shying away from criticism, right? What makes you get better other than when people are challenging you?
Curry's checked in for the Warriors. Thompson inside the line. And the Warriors miss again.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
And that one's good by Gortat.
When he gets that close, more often than not, Gortat is going to convert.
Warriors trail by 5. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Gortat's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oh, Beal in position. And it's blocked by Curry. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Trey Burks checked in for Bradley Beal. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Gortat. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And for Kevin Durant, guys, when he left Oklahoma City to join the Warriors, he knew he'd face a backlash. I mean, fans in Oklahoma City, some felt betrayed. Critics who said he took the easy way out. But in the end, he went with his gut. He decided to face that criticism and go outside his comfort zone and his safe haven, if you will, in OKC.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mahinmi comes in for Gortat. And Kelly Oubre subbed in for Porter.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. And for Durant, his choice to join the Warriors, Greg, seemed to be about winning, but also about the culture that they have developed out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder had often been criticized for the way their offense would at times break down into quote-unquote hero ball, but the Warriors play an unselfish style. Players who love to pass the ball and who can also get along great off the court. I think that was a huge part of what attracted KD to the Warriors.
Nicholson with the bucket.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Curry trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Wall wide open. And again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Kelly Oubre, the Kansas Jayhawk product, still a very raw player, but the team, Doris, has high hopes for him, and he'll show flashes of what he's capable of doing when he's on the floor.
I think, Kevin, with Oubre, what you like is how well he can finish at the rim. He has got great lift, gets off the ground quickly, which is a huge help to being able to finish inside. And you like the manner in which he aggressively attacks the rim. He plays with so little hesitation.
Kept alive.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
Here's Curry with the 3, drills the 3-pointer. Curry's got 24.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Warriors trailed by 7. Here's Clark. The shot's good on the assist by West.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Wall. West with the block. Outside Durant, and there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. It's stolen by Curry. And now, running up the court, West pushing it up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Beal's checked in for Washington. The Warriors have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
You know, when the Wizards last season went small, I thought they struggled on the boards. They went from a team that was top 4 in rebounding to bottom 6. They simply have got to do a better job on the glass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Mahinmi. Markieff Morris comes in for Smith. And Porter subbed in for Kelly Oubre. Lets it go from 11. And off the front iron. And in it goes. Green's got his first basket. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. Wizards making a switch here. Nicholson's checked in. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. Nicholson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Wizards lead by 6.
Oh,
great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
That will count. That one doesn't drop. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Tonight isn't an exception, as looking back at his last few games, he's been stringing together some incredible performances. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And that's it.
an amazing view of the new eastern span of the beautiful Bay Bridge, which opened in 2013. Welcome back to Oakland, everyone. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
You don't identify him as a three-point shooter, but anyone, if you let him get going, can get it done.
So on the floor for Washington, Porter and Morris, the duo at forward. Burke is out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Gortat in at center. And they get it back. Thompson dishes to Green. Here's Pachulia. And he's way off from outside.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
The Wizards with another miss.
Not what they were looking for. 3 straight misses to start the third.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents. Coach Kerr takes a cue from Greg Popovich and talks about what he calls appropriate fear. Draymond Green explained, "You're not going to be scared or back down from anyone, but have appropriate fear," which just means respect them. Respect that they can beat you. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. It's always about focus.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
And it's Gortat finishing it off.
I'd say if you get Gortat that close to the rim, he is going to finish with the jam. So big, so hard to stop around there.
And one thing I don't think Kevin Durant gets enough credit for is his mental toughness. He is rarely shaken or thrown off his game if things aren't going his way, and always remains focused on winning and doesn't let too much throw him off course.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston checked in, then for the Wizards. Miami's checked in for Gortat. Jason Smith comes in for Morris, and Oubre subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. And with Durant and his ability to stay focused on the court, Greg, you're just talking about this. A big example of that was last year when all the free agency speculation was floating around.
Yeah, and that can wear on a player when all the media is talking about your future. Durant has done a great job of blocking out the media the last few seasons and just focusing on winning. I mean, his focus on the court is a big part of why he is so consistent game to game.
Doris, being able to create half-court sets is something that doesn't come easy in the NBA. Just how valuable do you think it is to have a strong half-court offense?
You think about the most important time of the year in the NBA, Kevin, and that's the playoffs. And what happens in the playoffs, the game slows down. It becomes a slogfest. And so execution is crucial. The habits you build over the course of the regular season, obviously you can get in transition and you hope to generate easy buckets. But the reality is NBA schemes are so good, you better be able to execute in half court.
And everybody knows what you're running, but you're right, execution becomes the key.
To me, it's like the trap in football, right? If you block these 2 guys, you are going to pick up 2 or 3 yards. And as good as the defenses and schemes are in the NBA, we're talking about the best players in the world. You set a good screen in a pick and roll situation, and Chris Paul is coming off, guess what? Something good's going to happen.
Only Doris Burke is going to bring up football and basketball in the same answer. I love this. Great analogy.
If you were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
Here's Here's Livingston. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And it's now only a 1-point Wizards lead.
Boy, somehow he wound up all by himself behind the arc. Clearly a missed assignment on the defensive end. Coach will not be happy.
And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. West is checked in for Julius. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. And a switcher also for Washington. Satoransky's checked in for Burke. And David West gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Satoransky. There's Beal with the three. Draymond Green with the rebound.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Washington. The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Livingston passes to West, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Beal from long range traps in the tray. Beal's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
And the rejection by Mahinmi. From deep. And again, it's Bradley Beal with the triple. Beal's got 6 points in the quarter.
Now, this guy's deadly from the perimeter. Beal never hesitates.
Here's Livingston. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Warriors have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. And he makes the first. For the Wizards, Nicholson's checked in for Mahinmi. And John Wall subbed in for Kelly Oubre.
Well, he puts in a lot of work at the free throw line, and that's a big reason he has as much success as he does there.
And it's time for an injury report. We get a chance to check up on John Wall's status. David?
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Wizards' head athletic trainer, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury.
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. And Andre Iguodala isn't the first option in offense he once was, Greg, but he still can come up with the occasional big game and clutch shot when he's out there in crunch time.
Yeah, he doesn't always start, but tends to finish games for the Warriors. One of the more clutch players at hitting big shots at the end. Always steps up in a huge way for the marquee matchup.
And the foul called on Jason Smith. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The free throw dropped for West. And David West drops them both. The Wizards shooting straight 49% from the field. Wall, that's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
I'll tell you, he's getting after it on the offensive end. Wall is doing work.
Porter with the steal. Here's Wall. He's covered by Livingston. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Wizards making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Wall, no luck.
Well, he's got to be embarrassed for attempting that one. You got to think twice about that next time.
Here's West. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beal from long range. It's good from long range. Beal's got 18 points.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. Here's Beal. He's got 18. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
There it goes. It's in. And the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Stephen Curry. The drive by Beal. West with the block. Curry with it. He has 35 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Now just a 3-point Wizards lead.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
9 seconds left in the third quarter. And Wall kicks to Nicholson. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And at the close of the third quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Wizards leading by 3. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with Durant, and it's Iguodala in at the 3 slot. That's the Warriors 5. Curry against Wall. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Beal. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I think he just got nervous there, guys. Not sure what he was going for there.
And so it's Golden State with it. On the wing, Thompson pulls up from the corner. Durant dishes to Curry. Launches a 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's starting to get a little bit more comfortable here. A lot of work to be done, but they're headed in the right direction.
Curry against Wall. There's Beal with the 3. That shot, no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. Curry passes to Thompson. Morris with the block.
And when Morris is protecting the rim with that kind of effort, what a lift for his group. You know, I think with the injuries that Bradley Beal has had to deal with in his career, it has taken a toll on his development. He's never played a full season in the NBA, and it's pretty hard to maximize your game when you're always fighting back from injury.
With Beal, he said himself that he might need to be on a minute restriction for the rest of his career. That's not a good sign.
No, it's not, Kevin. And in the past, Beal has played quite a bit every time he's been available, so this would be a tough adjustment if that happens. For Beal, you need to do whatever it takes to stay healthy on the floor. He's a big-time talent, but he can't help his team if he's injured more often than not.
Curry outside, rebounded by the Wizards. Morris has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Curry with the 3. Fires the 3. Washington with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Durant. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And he makes the first. Gortat's checked in for the Wizards. Porter comes in for Oubre, and so he makes both from the line. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
That is what we mean by the fast twitch athlete. John Wall explodes to the rack.
Curry outside. Porter pulls it in.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
And Gortat kicks to Wall, and they pick up 2. And it's an 8-point Wizards lead.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Curry with the 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Latrey, rebounded by the Wizards. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Gortat against Iguodala. Gortat misses.
You've got to do better there. There wasn't anyone stopping him in the lane.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Birch is checked in. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the paint. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last.
Just things simple. No reason to rush things there.
And here are the Warriors now. It's a 5-point game. And Curry, here we go. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Free throw good by Curry. And both free throws good for Curry.
Well, you knew he was going to come through there. The more that's riding on it, the better he seems to be.
And it's Gortat, that time on the assist from Beal. And that's 10 points for Marcin Gortat.
A critical bucket for them. Gortat answering the bell.
Thompson for the triple. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Thompson's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Warriors. Here's Burke. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 4.
That simply is not good enough. That low post defense isn't getting the job done. Not when the ball's in his hands.
Up again. Outside for Durant. The 3 hits it from 3-point range.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
There's Beal with the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. And that's now 24 points for Beal.
That's a big-time delivery from Bradley Beal.
It's Curry outside. Warriors the rebound.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, they have to be feeling a little bit more comfortable after the free throws add to their lead.
Fires for 3. No good there. Now the Wizards take it the other way. There's Beal with the 3. The shot, no good. The Warriors shooting 40% from the field. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
A strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, and he's not going to let an opportunity like that get away. He's just going to go hard to the bucket.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here's the Warriors with the ball, and Steph Curry with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Here's Burke. No good on the quick 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's his 3rd foul of the game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
Draymond Green pulls it in.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, their last chance is come and gone.
Now, here is Morris. Shoots inside, and that one's good by Gortat.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
No, exactly. A W is a W, but when you do it as...
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding